It's an adventure!
Oh my goodness. Wow. Whew, this is neat.
Very cool.
Oh man. Oh seriously, if you were much taller, this would be a... Oh my god.
Dark. This is so fun.
Ooh. Oh, I have no idea. And we're not even to the big opening yet.
I can't believe they built all these stairs.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. The open space is scary.
Yeah, I see it. Oh my goodness. Whew.
I'm from Martinez, but we came from Martinez.
Yes, go ahead, step on over here. I'm going to show this wall, which is amazing.
There's the rope drop.
Watch your head up there. Don't get stuck.
Oh, wow.
That's what you would come down.
I love it when people come in here for the first time. It's like the things that commercials are made of. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You got expression going, ooh. Are you bringing up the rear there? Yeah. All right. Okay, so you guys might have noticed the ropes right there. So that first room we were just in, of course, if you wanted to repel sometime, you just start in that room we were at, and you come down on that rope, or the rope, rope anyway. You go all the way down to where we're going. So, unfortunately, I have to right now. It's waterfall. That's always fun, and it's always a good adventure and a good time move, you know, if you've never done it before. So, kind of intimidating, but fun nonetheless. So, a couple geology facts I'm going to toss out there for you guys, and very elementary. I'm very elementary. I've discovered that I'm not smarter than fifth grader, by the way. Unfortunately, I never thought that I did, but I mean, it's true. So this is a limestone marble cavern, said to be approximately 10 million years old. I do have a question for you guys. So, does anybody know where the limestone comes from, or how it becomes limestone before it's limestone? You guys are not smarter than a fifth grader either, I see, huh?
I've heard it at some point in time, but I don't remember.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, basically she's tagged it. She's the smart one. You guys follow her. It's basically all the living material in our ancient sea here. So, you know, this was a mighty ancient sea, and I say mighty because there's a lot of limestone in this whole area being cave country and everything. So anywhere there's limestone, it's the same thing. There was a mighty ancient sea there that had lived there basically a long, long time. And that's just the gist of it, all in a nutshell in a simplified form,
Yeah.
you know, just pretty much. I mean, there's a lot to that. There's a lot of science in between that. But basically, the easy part of it is it was basically all the living material in ancient sea. So we're just going to leave it simple like that. Okay, so what happens, you know, when that life sediments to the bottom, next life with sediments to the bottom, so on and so on over time. Heat pressure, tiny pressure, boom, baby, it metamorphosizes into this limestone that you see, which is amazing. So, yeah, I mean, so what happens when it rains on the surface is that water comes through the soil, and it comes through the vegetation, and then it comes through the limestone. Well, the water that's created from that is a bicalcium carbonate mineral water, which is highly mineralized, of course, but in turn forms all of our calcite formations. All the formations in here are calcite. They all form differently. We don't have a bunch of intricate, like, little formations in here. We got a couple big ones, but if you guys are doing the caving circuit, keep in mind each one has something different unique to offer. Okay, now, this being cave country, there are hundreds to thousands of caves in this little area alone here on the Stanislaus River. There's only not even this many on one hand open to the public. Just in this vicinity, I think there's 4. So yeah, I mean, we've got the longest vertical cavern. Like I said, every one of them has something different unique to offer, but In any case, so I'm going to share with you guys the touching wall. Because it doesn't you guys don't have to sit in the call. So what happens, we don't like to touch the formations or any of the walls besides this whole wall. This is the only time we ask you to be touched and get your hugs and kisses and all that good stuff out of your system. Because what happens when we touch the formations is the oils on our hands stay on the formations, and then the normal water comes in to make them grow. It just beads off like it's car wax. Basically, we're deadening their growth by touching them. It was hard to fathom we could actually deaden something's growth inside of our tub. Coming into a cavern for the first time is a detriment. There is nothing beyond that. So let me shed a little light on the subject of darkness. Now we got to remember that they are grown completely in the dark, and when we get down to the bottom, I'll do lights out. You guys can get the natural cave lighting effect, okay? Or I should say locked up. But in any case, this is called the candlestick, and so this is what amazes me because they are formed in the dark. But look how it holds the light. I mean, it's like it's thirsty for light, right? Now, being a showcase public cavern, it is also very important about what you do with the lighting in the cavern itself. If we used to come down here just with my flashlight, it would be cool, but it wouldn't be as cool as having the ambience or the, you know, accenting certain things and whatnot. But all right, so touching sight. How about a little sound? Since you guys have sense enough to be here, let me feed another one of your senses here. So what would be the only natural noise in the cavern?
Water dripping.
Yay! You hanging out with her, huh? No. Okay. Yeah, basically water dripping is it. Because when there is nobody in here, I mean, let's just listen for a minute. It's a heavy silence. Like it would drive you insane if you had to live in this heavy silence. You forget what silence is really like. And not only that, but the darkness too. It just, you'd go insane. People would not deal with that. But in any case, so the water dripping, critter habitat would be another natural noise. We don't have any critter habitat in this particular cavern. I call this the cave of death. There is nothing, we have no ecological cave life in here whatsoever. But in any case, even if we did, we got a gift shop above the original hole. If there was bats in here, they had either have to get rid of them or transfer them somewhere else because they wouldn't have no way to get in and out. But bats don't live in here anyway. They don't like the verticalness. But in any case, so the water dripping, let's go back to that. It's all about percussion, and I have learned that everything in this cavern revolves around percussion with the water dripping. Every drop of water that drips on, whatever drips on, they make their own tones, and some are more intense than others. Some are like, some are you know, it just depends. But that's very important to know that. But these are some hollowed out ribbons, and the water won't quite sound like this. If I have any drummers in here, yeah, you guys can come help drum it up. I'm not the world's best drummer, but just
Whoa. Sweet.
You guys can drum it up, go ahead. And also, so I've tried to play everything along this wall, right? These are not hollowed out, and these are not ribbons. These are like a stalactite drapery formation thing all fused together, but... You guys can just drum it up, have fun. That's what we're here for. Yeah, believe me, I've tried to drum on all kinds of things. So not everything has tones. But this is the wall to do it all on, yep. Yeah. All right, so a couple more things, you guys, before we head down. Now, all this stuff up here that you see, they start calling all this cave popcorn because I guess they were hungry. Cave popcorn, no, actually it's called cave coral. That's the true name of it. You see how it's more of an association with the sea, because it does look like a generic little mini coral reef. Actually, this only forms when there is a significant amount of oxygen coming in. So it's not rare, but yet not every cavern or cave has it. But what they do, then you know that there is a good supply of oxygen coming in, which is very much a necessity. You don't want to be going into caverns that don't have oxygen, which people do all the time. They find out there's too much CO2 in there, and you just fall asleep and never wake up. But in any case, so cave bacon, so popcorn and bacon. Now all of these drapery formations and ribbons, they started calling bacon, and I will show you when we get down to the bottom as to why. Okay? Stalactites and stalagmites, I'm not even going to ask you guys if you know the difference, because everybody knows that stalactites hold tight to the ceiling, right?
And stalagmites.
Right. Yeah, so I remember that. The stalactites hold tight to the ceiling, the stalagmites might reach the ceiling someday. But this is our longest stalactite we have in the cavern. It's called the pendulum. 14 feet long. But you know what I like about the pendulum? It's what's above it on the surface. Does anybody know? The parking lot. Why is it that I like the parking lot up there? So I know when you came in your cars, you had no idea this was bloody. Okay, you guys ready to head down? Let's go ahead and head on down. I'll see you down the bottom, guys.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
So smooth. Oh, good. I see a face in it. It's like a little gnome. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh yeah,
they're really
still growing.
interesting. They look like giant shells.
Or wings. Wings folded back.
It's really scary.
You okay? Oh my god. Yeah. It just keeps going and going. Man alive.
I'm not privy, apparently, to information yet about this cavern. And I can try to use that one into the real story now, when they're all in the real stuff. You know? And I have a guideline, besides that guideline, you know, I've been saying, so I'm not smart enough, I'm ready to do that. That way I'm into it. All right, you guys, so welcome to the 165-foot level. This is our destination. Our tour goes down no lower than this. But if you wanted to come back and do the adventure tour, which is our 3-hour spelunking cave crawl. Spelunking is real caving, that's what caving is called. Spelunking. You could either rappel down or come down by the stairs, it matters not. But you have a guide, you're with a guide, and there's no more light beyond this point except for the light on your helmet. So it's really cool because you get to come over here and you get to go down this ladder right here. And then you get to come over here with this rope that's tied around this formation right here. Well, this is the bow pile that I was telling you about. And this is, I assure you, that these are all bones in here. Now this was the original cavern floor right here, this part up on top. When the miners, let me backtrack. So when the miners came down, they landed right here, and there was a mound 30 to 50 feet high right in this little area right here. Of course, it's not here anymore. It had all the looser skeletal remains and debris and stuff that had come into the hole over a period of time. So basically, and when I say the vultures picked it clean, they picked it all clean, and they actually, when they found out that these were bones, they started digging up under the cavern floor to get out everything that they could get out. And basically this is what's left, and you're not getting no more out of there. I mean, even if it was legal for us to excavate from it today, you wouldn't get anything out of there in one piece without breaking it up into tiny little fragments. So it'd be kind of pointless. And let me just give you an idea of what you're looking at here. Right where that little round pebble-looking rock is a knee cap. There's actually a femur going across the top, and you guys will see it better when I turn my light on. See right across the top here. Right here. Keep looking right where I point my light. And then there's a hip right here where the right there. And then where the ropes meet in the back, there's a skull starting to poke through. So the guide will actually take you on a tour through the bone pile. You guys get to touch it up, and they show you some in-depth stuff. And then you get to grab that rope, and you get to go into that hole, and then you go to the right, and you meander up under us for 3 hours, and they go down to a depth of about 214 feet, I believe. Ultimately, when I say down there meandering around, I don't mean just ducking and dodging, you know, with the light on your helmet. No, I mean, this is the most room you have in the first room is like this. And then you're like this, and then before you know it, you're on your hands and knees, and you're crawling through that cavern on your belly, doing some side maneuvers. About half hour, 45 minutes later, you come to this section here. It's a crazy spot, or not crazy spot, but you don't have to leave it. Right here, this is called Breakdown Corner.
Oh, I won't.
And, Breakdown Corner, now this is where you find out if you're more claustrophobic than you had anticipated. If that's the case, you get to exit that door right there, which is kind of nice because some of our other caverns do not have that option. Like California Cavern, you go down in the Middle Earth expedition or the Mammoth Tour, it's like 3 to 5 hours long. Once you're down there, you're down there. You just got to play it out and just deal with it. But this is like great starters for people who've never splunked before. I feel it starts here. You get to get out if you don't like the tour, but if you stay on the tour, which is really cool, you get to check out the bone box down there, which I totally dug on. Did it